The theory that we're talking about, obviously, is in 616. The first half of it is actually Kendrick talking from Drake's perspective.
I'm kind of annoyed, you know, man.
There are just a few through lines that I don't think quite connect. Where it breaks down for me is... That was 616. There was one theory in the actual full episode we didn't really delve into. The theory that we're talking about, obviously, is in 616. The first half of it is actually Kendrick talking from Drake's perspective. And it's quite a pivotal theory. So, the person who mainly put it forward, I think we'll probably learn more about him, Mark, as we go on.
Are you ready? 1, 2, and 3. What number did you think of?
37.
37. Fascinating.
So you happen to pick 6. 3 sixes divided by the sum of those sixes equals 37. And the reason this counts as a number trick is before we started, I predicted that the total would be 37.
37 seconds.
37 years.
37 patties!
How many enemies do you have?
37.
37!
37?
Destroyed 37 restaurants.
37?
I'm 37.
I'm 37? Going to class.
Oh my god. 37. My girlfriend sucked 37
In a row?
Just watch the breakdown of that theory. Mark, just your initial raw thoughts. What are your thoughts on him?
I'm kind of annoyed, you know, man. Already Kendrick is screwing with my head. Quintuple it. If that's such a thing. In reflection, it makes a hell of a lot of sense. The only thing that didn't make sense to me was trifecta, money, morals, culture. I thought trifecta meant something completely different, almost like a trinity or something. I didn't realise that it meant almost like a hierarchy in terms of importance.
A combination or set of 3 wins or other things. A bet in which the person betting forecasts the first 3 finishers in a race in the correct order.
Interesting. Yeah, the whole thing makes a lot more sense now. Pleasantly almost convinced now.
There are just a few through lines that I don't think quite connect. Kendrick speaking from Drake's perspective, but I feel like he's referencing things that are linked to Drake, the Sunseeker, the yacht parties with girls of questionable ages, Millie Bobby Brown, the Ibiza's got me saying Ibiza. We say Ibiza here, okay, with an F, alright mate?
If you want some, I'll give it you.
So how would you go about pronouncing the name of this island? Simply Ibiza. 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 Ibiza.
More grammatically correct is what you're saying.
Sure, yeah, mate. Yeah, but the second layer of it, there is a direct tie to Euphoria. I'm on a private island, I'm not thinking about no Reaper, giving sort of a real-time update into where he is, what he's doing. Where it breaks down for me is I still have to bear in mind the song structure component of it. It's Luke Callie's dwellings in Brooklyn just to book me some pizza. Who could reach us? Only God can teleport this type of freedom. He goes straight from being in Drake's perspective. He's flossing, talking about restaurants in a similar way that Drake would. And then in directly the other line, who could reach us? Only God could teleport this type of freedom. There's no even mention of religion and God or whatever in the previous passage. That for me, that bridge is not complete. Kendrick's writing style in general, even if it is a really complex sort of story and stuff is jumping around, you can still follow it and it's set up like a movie or like a good script or a good book. Where he immediately starts talking about God, that doesn't connect with the Drake section. The lifestyle that we're saying that Kendrick was sort of subliminally talking about in terms of this sort of lavish, somewhat seedy and nefarious Hollywood sort of surroundings, and then we go straight from that into only God can teleport this type of freedom. That to me is Kendrick speaking, and then he goes into God, my confession is yours. The Easter eggs in terms of Drake's history, I think that that's intact. But if I'm taking that theory as it's being presented, it needs to be congruent all the way through. That everything else is pretty literal, even if it's coded. Sunseeker yacht because Drake had a Sunseeker yacht. Ibiza because Drake was in Ibiza. The Phantoms because Drake has referenced the Phantom car many times. Then at that God part, that's an anomaly. Everything else gels. It's just very abrupt to suddenly, I'm booking pizza in Brooklyn. Only God can teleport this type of freedom. God, my confession is yours. that's a stretch for me.
Totally get you, man. To be honest, I think after hearing your thoughts, might be even more convinced he's talking from Drake's perspective. And what the YouTuber was saying about the moment where he switches from rapping to singing, maybe that's the handover point between Drake to Kendrick. But what you were saying about song structure might be more telling. He doesn't really talk about God. Only God could teleport this type of freedom. All of the setup before, talking about the yachts, the sun seekers, I think he's talking about maybe this is how Drake sees God. It's like, oh, God gave me all of this, like, you know, like I'm doing so well for myself, like this is all thanks to God. And it's almost like, oh, this is your twisted view of God. And that's the end of the chapter, and literally the start of the next chapter is Kendrick, God, my confession to yours. And so it almost is like this bookmark. This is your perspective of God.
That's interesting.
And
yeah.
Now this is mine. Like
it's like the mirror is placed. The mirror is placed directly in between, and I get you, man.
100%. So it's almost like deliberate. He's ended with God on that line, and he started God on the next line. So it's almost like, that is the song structure right there. Yeah, it's interesting. And even saying like God teleports that type of freedom. It's an interesting word to use, like teleport. It's a scientific term. Like you wouldn't really ever say that in a religious context.
Yes.
Yeah, I think you've convinced me more.
That makes sense. Oh, all of this stuff is gifted me, and I'm the chosen one. You know, I'm blessed. Way up, I feel blessed. This is why it's so sick, man. Form this theory that seals those holes that just didn't quite connect. His sort of trite vision of his relationship with God goes straight into Kendrick's confession and his relationship with his God, and then continues on truth-telling in the third act.
There's a very interesting relationship between living quite a base lifestyle and satisfying the pleasures of the body, going wild, and then also giving thanks to God. Very far removed from like a traditional relationship with God.
A lot of people think it's unbecoming for a preacher to fly around in private jets. What's your response to that?
Very simple. It takes a lot of money to do what we do.
If I want to believe God for a $65 million plane, you cannot stop me.
Pastor Creflo Dollar asked his followers to buy him a $65 million private jet.
Gulfstream G650 jet, the top of the line in luxury air travel.
How much money did you pay for Tyler Perry's Gulfstream jet, for example?
Well, for example, that's really none of your business.
Ushers, close the doors. Close the doors. We all gonna leave together. If I get 1,000 online to give this, if I get 1,000 in the sanctuary to give this is an easy miracle. We should be able to raise $40,000 tonight just from y'all giving.
That is God penetrating your heart, and you need to make a vow of faith of $1,000. Oh, Bob, couldn't you say 25? No!
You said that you don't like to fly commercial because you don't want to get into a tube with a bunch of demons. Do you really believe that human beings are demons?
No, I do not. And don't you ever say I did.
Now, after you come up here, you can open the doors, but make sure you come this way before you go out the door. That's it. Y'all start moving. Y'all can bring it right now. Come. Look at God. Look at what God has done. Just put your hand take your phone and stick it on the bucket.
Given into materialism, it's almost the opposite, being tempted by Lucifer. You see it all the time. Just think about like every award ceremony. I give thanks to God for my house, my mansion, and my money. It's like interesting how people give thanks for these things.
It's funny though, in America, in God we trust is printed on the money.
You're not wrong.
You know? Yeah, that interesting sort of relationship between money and God. Messy one. Really interesting one.
I think we could spend like a whole episode just chatting about this one line.
Arrived at, I feel, a more sort of fortified theory. One thing I'll mention as well is that we don't purport to be the authority and, we're going to give you every single fact and every single Easter egg, and, you know, that's not really the purpose of sort of our discovery. The clips and everything else is supplementary. It's to give context on our discussion and taking in the story of all the different like elements and the different, you know, symbolism, right? And the sort of the direct callbacks that we already touched on. And one thing to point out as well, because I think it's clear, every track that we're reviewing, Mark has not heard them previously. He doesn't know what lies ahead. So make sure there's no spoilers. This is real. Marcus is probably one of 2% of people in the world who actually hasn't heard the ongoing saga. It's a learning thing for Mark, and a lot of it is relearning for me as well, finding out more. And hopefully you guys are getting the same level of insight and laughs. So yeah, it's time for the Remarkaboard. Are we ready for it?
I feel like we need to be. I feel like Kendrick's been ready for like 60 years on this shit. Somehow. Before he was born.
Yeah.
He was kind of like incarnated, already ready to go.
I look out the window. It was a fucking baby standing on a corner. The baby didn't even look scared. He was just standing there. Hey, baby. Baby, go home, man. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. What the fuck are you doing up? He said, fuck you, nigga. I got kids to feed. I said, God damn.
If we're not ready, it's almost like a disservice.
If we're not ready, we're not worthy. Is that what it is?
I hear you.
I agree, man.
Yeah, I hear you.
I agree.
I hear you.
Impact. Immediate impact. First impressions. Lasting presence. Impact.
Impact. Let me set the scene. Whatever day it was.
No, it was 6:16.
Well, I was actually doing yes. I was in my kitchen. It was late at night. Everyone was asleep. The light's off in the kitchen, yeah. So it's just a laptop light that is giving me light. Kendrick has recently dropped Euphoria. I was on my laptop just again looking at anything to do with the fucking update, and then he drops 6:16. I remember being in my kitchen like going, oh shit, I don't know if it was because of the darkness that I was in. And as soon as he said, have you ever thought that OVO is working for me? I was like, no.
Oh, man. Oh, God. Oh, man. Oh, God.
I like lost it quietly but loudly. I don't know how to describe. What do you mean people are working for you? Holy shit. I was going nuts, just getting excitable like the giddiest fucking child. And I'm just thinking, this got dark. It wasn't like Euphoria where he like threatened and it was like a bit more fiery, like curled angst. It was this warning, it was this undertone, foreshadowing like danger, just doom for Drake. How that impacted me then, off the scale. How I would rate the impacts now, I'd say it's an 8. The impact of Euphoria was greater. A lot of that is down to the force of Euphoria, the beast that it is. If Euphoria is like a wild animal, it's caged at first and then it is released, showing its teeth, and it can really do damage. 6:16, I see it like a really big river. You can sort of set up your boat and sail along on it. Under that sort of warmth and that calmness, there's just that undercurrent that if you fall off that boat, you're going to be pulled to your death, essentially. The calm on top isn't representative of what it actually is.
Can I help you, sir? Diet Coke, please.
Just taking it as impact, I'm taking it as like the hit, the feel, and the tremors, I guess, it creates afterwards. Many elements in 6:16 been proven correct as the future after it has unfolded. It's like a cautionary warning, and it's very real. Where Euphoria felt more like pyrotechnics, just excitable, fire everywhere, different colours and fucking else, like a real spectacle. 6:16 is just that like smouldering fire that you won't touch it because it will burn you. Take like the first bit of Euphoria, the slow build up with the Teddy Pendergrass sample. 6:16 was almost that in song version. This is where you are, this is what you don't know, and you don't know that I know. So I'll just warn you for yourself and directly for me, like don't take it further, but also watch your back. So yeah, I'll give 6:16 in LA an 8 for impact.
Solid, mate.
It's hard. I feel like I'm going through the motions of like understanding my feelings on it, so sort of trying to...
It's crazy. I think it's easy to speak like to an hour on each point. Maybe this song more than any other so far. The impact on this one for me is almost surprising. It's almost sneaky in a sense. Like Euphoria is in your face. You're being assaulted with the greatness. Guns are blazing. It's all at war and you recognize it. With this, it was less immediate, less like shots fired. It was almost like a ninja assault under the cover of darkness, sneaking into the household. One little assassination after another little assassination. And then you realise afterwards, like, you're dead. Everyone's dead. But you almost didn't see it coming.
Right.
Like, it's that kind of, like, perfect execution. It hits even harder in some ways than Euphoria, which is crazy because, like, Euphoria was just almost like instant KO. It's like, bang, 10, no questions asked. This is just madness. And then 616 comes in on, like, such a different level. You hear it once, smacked around by the vibe of the song. grooving, like the beat is wild. The lyrics are kind of taking you and you feel the gravity of the song, but it doesn't really hit you. You're not being like hit by a bus, you know what I mean? Like, which Euphoria is, like you're being hit by like a freight train. But 616 comes in and it's like you're being hit by like pedal bikes, like one after another after another.
It's like Amsterdam, just walking around, just getting licked by
yeah, it's a little bit like walking around in Amsterdam.
You'll experience that famous Dutch tolerance.
This song has, without doubt, the same level of impact, just in a completely different way. In some ways, I almost love it more than Euphoria. It's just one of those, like, gets in under your skin and then does the damage. Like, it's like...
slow releasing poison or something, just...
Oh, hell yeah. 10. Done it again.
10. Again.
Done it again.
Again! God damn, son.
Memorability. Notable quotables. Stickiness. Iconic potential. Memorability.
Memorability. Yeah, I don't know what I scored on Euphoria. Nah, yeah, it was a 10. I remember now. The block of cheese is still quite fresh in my mind.
Hi there, students.
Now, you know what? It's not a 10. And I'll tell you why it's not a 10.
Okay.
I didn't realise how much I love this song. Euphoria, it was just like embedded in. I'm not forgetting this song. I'm remembering lines after like the first time I've listened to this. I remember like the beat. I remember the feeling. 616 was something else, man. Even afterwards, I remember being left with like the vibe of the track more than anything else. And obviously, like there was bits that stood out. The mysteries of the track. Things that Kendrick gave you to remember. But, you know, time went by. I wasn't really thinking about the song. Euphoria was instantly on my Spotify playlist. And this one, you can't stream it. That level of restriction in terms of like maybe listening to it as easily.
It makes a difference, man.
Yeah, it does. But then it kind of had its effect. And I think I've been listening to this song now much more than I ever listened to Euphoria, which is crazy. Memorability, probably a 7. Just because of the way that it hit. In retrospection, it's having more lasting memorability.
It's tricky, man, because it's not on DSP. The accessible nature of it isn't there, right? So like I couldn't just put it on and bump it in the car as much as I wanted to. What I had to do is fucking play it on YouTube, suffer 5 seconds of ads every rewind.
Oh yeah.
Sound quality, all of that sort of stuff. So yeah, there is that element in terms of it wasn't really allowed to become sewn in and like a regular in the playlist, play it in different speakers and all that stuff. Memorability for me, I'm going to score it a 9 because I still remember that moment when he dropped that line, "Whoever thought OVO was working for me?" It felt like a bit of a world shifter. That was like, the world is different.
Oh, deja vu. What is it?
A deja vu is usually a glitch in the Matrix. It happens when they change something.
Oh my God.
That was very memorable for what it meant then, what it could go on to mean, and then looking at the battle just from a whole nother perspective. Oh shit, this isn't just a pure competition of bars. This is like a war strategy that Kendrick has implemented here. And again, just the choice that he made in doing it was the first quote unquote half of the song, talking about his fears, insecurities in the middle of a battle where he's just followed on from Euphoria, which was the showstopper. Euphoria is the show that you go to see. 616 is the thing that you take away with you. Where it sort of gets to from the soul perspective in terms of the beat itself, the fact that he was just talking about everything that sort of mattered to him and then just very confidently then goes into, okay, now it's time to kill you. It's memorable in a soul tethering sort of way. Also sort of the back-to-back element of it following straight up from Euphoria.
Back to back, I like that record. I'm gonna get back to that for the record.
Because I will never forget it. I mean, it's highly memorable for me. Memorability would be a 9.
I can't imagine what it must have been like, man. Waiting for something to drop that's gonna have so much impact. It's like a rare phenomenon like that we only really have like in today's world. Refreshing your feed and waiting for something to happen, and then that moment where it happens just changes everything.
This is the thing as well, it's like you didn't know what was going to happen. There was no like, oh, Kendrick's going to drop, so you're sort of waiting. In juxtapose actually to Drake, ironically through DJ Academics, Drake would be sending people messages, stay on stream, I'm going to drop my music. Academics would be like, yeah, Drake told me he's cooking something up, he's going to drop something.
That's what Drake told me, bro. I ain't gonna lie, dog. Right now, I am cooking, bro. He said, you can tell when I'm in the zone. Right now, I'm in the zone.
Drake has said, stay on stream. I repeat, stay on stream.
Finna be a classic. I'm telling you, it's shaping up. The boy off tour, locked in. It's coming soon.
Kendrick is ever, like you said, that sort of ninja discipline, silent, in the dark. You don't know where the attack is going to come from. You don't know what weapon is going to be used. Like, you don't know. You know he's out there. And that's literally why they call this guy the boogeyman. He's literally the fucking boogeyman. Like,
they call him the boogeyman.
Oh, bro, yes, okay.
I never heard that.
That is him. You don't know how, and you don't know what damage he's going to inflict, but he'll be back. He's like Candyman. You say his name enough, he's going to come.
Y'all made Kendrick feel like he was some boogeyman.
That was something he created, and he did a very good job at it.
But y'all started calling him Candyman, the Boogeyman, all these other like weird names. I think still through all of this, we find out that all of this Candyman, Boogeyman shit that your generation kind of dubbed Kendrick. Y'all just kind of ran and thought that Kendrick was this bully that ran through the industry and nobody wanted to battle.
2 weeks later.
Nobody wanted to take that nigga on tour. The fuck y'all can't. This is where it stopped. Go find this shit. Don't make me sit here and look like I'm dick riding. All of a sudden I gotta sit here and look like I'm some OVO dick riding Drake caping nigga.
In Japan, I'm the hit maker y'all depend on. Backstage in my city.
Talk to him over. He has to come out of his fucking hermit monk cave to like dull out punishment. He's gonna make an example. Nothing about that man is standard issue. He's literally the boogeyman of hip hop. This is a very good example of why people call him that.
I came for you.
What?
You doubted me. You were not content with the stories, so I was obliged to come. I am the writing on the wall, the whisper in the classroom.
Is that real?
Be my victim.
So for me, memorability would be a 9.
Beautiful.
Engagement, entertainment value, engagement levels, story or spectacle, engagement.
Engagement, wow. I'd say more engaging than entertaining. It's still wildly entertaining. Using Euphoria as like a barometer for entertainment, that's a very high mark to reach. That's not this song. That's not the nature of this song. Where you could say Euphoria is more quote-unquote entertaining, I would just say that this is just a lot more grounded, a lot more real. I keep on bringing up the word soul. It is soulful, and it's like it comes from the soul, and it's talking to Drake's soul. Entertaining from a musical perspective, the journey that he takes you on from the very sort of introspective first portion, and then just the sort of the simmering assault that he lays out in the second half. For me, engagement, I would score an 8. It pulls you in if you're at all invested in this sort of like storyline and the characters involved. When you hear that Kendrick has fucking spies or whatever like embedded into Drake's crew.
What did he say?
It doesn't feel put on, it doesn't feel WWE, it doesn't feel like performative bravado. Kendrick, it means something. It just speaks to your soul, man. Not just saying 100 niggas that you got on salary, 20 of them want you as a casualty, 2 of them's next to you, 1 of them's tired of your lifestyle, 1's right next to you. It's believable. It just pulls you into the like, what the fuck is gonna happen next? What is Kendrick gonna do next? How is Drake gonna respond? This fractured crew, how long has it been going on for? Because it's Kendrick, you believe it.
Believe it!
There's no need for you to not think he means what he says. And I think that's just that menacing part, a teachable moment, this underlying threat of, I know more than you do, you're way out of your depth, I now see that in you. You're not street smart, definitely not, and you're not that smart either. Engagement is an 8.
Damn. When it comes to Kendrick, you think about, okay, well, I'm starting at a 10. How do I then like remove marks from it not being a 10?
We were having this and it was like a debate with someone, right? It's a 10 because I would probably just agree with you. I'm like, yeah, sure, it's like 10, happily it's a 10.
Are you in love? I am in love. Are you in love? I'm in love too. I agree.
How entertaining was it?
This is why I love Kendrick. It was entertaining, not for the music, not for the lyrics, not for the rapping, not for the flow, not for all the things that I expect to be engaged by. That's how I'm kind of weighing it up in my head. I remember being lost in the vibe. Tune is just on another level.
Off the
like,
Victor.
Just beginning to end, just like I'm gone the whole way. Like steamrolled it. As soon as he said KTW Elohim, since then to now, my mind has just been working. Bro, what did you mean by that? Why are you dropping Elohim into this track? Like why is it biblical all of a second? Why is it Hebrew all of a sudden? What the fuck does KTW mean, bro? Like where we at right now? is this a diss track or are you just like revealing the inner workings of the universe? You know me, mate. This is where I get my entertainment from. It's in the unknown, these realms that are unexplained. Even like the OVO, I don't even know too much about the in and outs of Drake's inner workings of his business in the OVO. Again, it's just another line where it's just like, what the fuck what do you mean by that, man? Like creating mystery after mystery after mystery. The Elohim KTW line alone has kept me engaged from then to now. I'm just in there. Now I need to know. And I love that, man. I love that. Vibing, leaving me sweet ass mysteries along the line. It's easily a 9. I'm trying to talk myself down from a 10. Even the bits that I'm now crazy about, passionate about, it's with introspection. I'm saying a nice juicy 9. That's where I'm at.
Surprise, shock factor, ingenuity, and innovation. Unpredictability.
Surprise. It seems to be where Kendrick suffers. It's not too surprising how insane he is when it comes to making these tracks. It's of no surprise. This track is what it is and how good it is. And I guess in some ways, as this beef saga goes on, surprise will become less and less of a score instead of more and more. The number that's in my head right now, I think is fair. It's a solid 6. It's of no surprise that this track was coming. It's of no surprise how fucking insane the track is. Oh, fuck. I'm gonna try not to think about how insane this track is. Shit. You know what? It's not a 6.
Alright.
It's not even a 7.
Fuck. Where are we going?
It's a fucking 8.
It's an 8?
Fucking 8.
Oh shit.
The things that he threw into this track, the numerology and the 616 in particular, blew my mind. Still blowing my mind. I'm still being surprised in terms of what he encoded into the timestamp.
Right.
My goodness, like, you having a laugh. That's mental. That's mental, bro.
One of the first times that Kendrick actually met Drake was his very first performance in Toronto. That performance took place 16th of June 2011.
Makes you mad. You feel like a lesser human almost.
In a bit of contrast to what you said, actually, it scores fairly high in surprise. The expectation was that Drake was going to drop again. So when 616 did come out, and again it came out some random time, it was a surprise. Obviously, I have people in your camp. OVO is working for me. Have you ever thought about that? You're a terrible person. The surprise in the artistic choices that Kendrick made come in again with this like slow, soulful, album-worthy track, which doesn't sound like your typical battle song, especially off of the back of Euphoria. His sort of contemplations on legacy and being immortal, thinking of the people that he's lost and the people watching over him, completely removed from a diss song, but at the same time, all very informative in terms of the function of the battle. Like, this is where I am. This is why I'm doing it. I have no choice but to. Who am I if I don't go to war? I can't see myself as a complete human or man. I can't be these things without overcoming this adversity and sort of putting my hand to the fire, as it were. Completely misplaced for a diss song, unless you're doing like a, his real name's Clarence.
Now everybody from the 313, put your motherfucking hands on the palm of me.
Fucking 8 Mile shit where you're just self-deprecating. If you took that part of the track and it was removed from the battle, it would just be being honest and being open. And also one thing that I can't do, which I know that you factor in, is this expectation that Kendrick will be great. I can't say, oh, well, it's not surprising that you're amazing because you're amazing, and then like, so I'm going to take a point off. I have to honor that. I have to like big that up. The talent of a Steph Curry, it's so fucking rare and it's so great. He's built it to such a consistent level that it does become the expectation. So when he does these fucking shots from 40 foot out, mad shit off the dribble or whatever the hell he's doing, just becomes, oh yeah, that's Steph. He's just Steph doing Steph stuff. No, it's amazing every time.
Back to Curry. Lovely dribble, puts it up. Oh, this is extraordinary. Have you ever seen anything like it?
Stephen Curry, the greatest shooter that God ever created.
They do have a timeout. Decide not to use it. Curry, way downtown. Bang! Bang! Oh, what a shot from Curry!
The dude that has you petrified from the moment you step past half court.
Banked it in!
Who went it on with him? He's already got
the one that has has you shivering, the one that has you shaking, the one that has you in panic mode.
That could be the greatest move I've ever seen live. No, I'm being serious.
There's Sugar in, that was it. Oh, how did Steph make that? He changed his mind in midair.
No one was even around him. And Steph inside mid-court.
This man is just ridiculous.
When you talk about fear, when you talk about danger, when you talk about somebody that forces you to be absolutely positively petrified, it would be one man, and one man above the crowd. And his name would be Steph Curry.
There's this debate of LeBron James and Steph Curry. LeBron James has been around longer. You can say he's the more quote-unquote complete basketball player. He can dunk, he's physical, he's fast, he can shoot, he's got a great mind, he can pass. He puts on a show.
Crowd on its feet for the king. Here comes LBJ. LeBron James.
LeBron James.
LeBron James with no regard for human life. Chalmers. Oh, damn.
He is superhuman.
The NBA's all-time scoring record now belongs to LeBron James.
That's how you become the greatest scorer in basketball history.
That one right there made you the greatest player of all time.
There's no scenario for me where I would rather pay to see LeBron James play than see what Steph Curry can do. Because to me, like, what LeBron James can do is amazing within basketball. Probably the second after Michael Jordan. Steph Curry is like a human marvel. I look at Steph like, you're a fucking anomalous human. How can a human do this? How do you perform to this level consistently and make it look effortless to the point where people forget that this is not allowed. This isn't right.
At 18 apiece, he'll dance, he'll throw up a shot. Oh, are you kidding me? Geometrically, that should not have happened.
To me, there's no better show than Steph Curry. Similarly, Kendrick Lamar, he's great and he's become so great and just done it so routinely. Well, yeah, it's Kendrick, innit? But I just try to pay him his just dues every time. So anyway, Surprise to me was a 9.
Quality, content and execution, technical aesthetic, standard of production, quality.
So quality for me, it has to be a 10. It has to be a 10. It's just top notch everything. Songwriting, standard with Kendrick. His storytelling, his ability to kind of craft any emotion but make it understandable, to sort of translate that across music so you get it even if he's not saying that exact thing. The quality again of a diss track to be completely self-reflective to the point where you're ignoring your opponent and then still come back round with, as you said, it's more like these like little slits. You're like, oh shit, I'm all right. And then slowly you start to see line of blood here, line of blood here. Oh, he's been cutting me, he's been stabbing me the whole time. And I'm just sort of slowly just bleeding out. And I had no idea that was happening.
I see dead people. They don't know they're dead.
To be able to do that in a diss track, bro, it's just fairly unheard of. Just not many people can do it. Like, there's not many people that could actually pull that off. Being self-indulgent in the first half and then a slow assassin, I guess, in the second half. Top quality. The beat, the sample, the ethereal, literally take me to heaven chords and this whirring. It literally just feels like universal. Out of body, meditative. It's like just higher.
Just call this shit high power. Nigga, nothing less than high power.
The structure of it, to be able to do all of that, have that massive swell where he has this big like reflective passage and then bring it straight back down to earth with that funk, with that hit and with that like grit and reserved spite.
The mannerisms of Raphael, like in the hill, they give you art, but the industry's cooked as I pick the carcass apart.
Top quality, man. Top quality. We know about his mechanics, rapping wise, flawless essentially. So yeah, man, quality for me, 6/16. It's a 10.
Again! Feel you on all of that, mate. Feel you on all of that.
Like, 4. Not like a slow letdown. Yeah, man, I feel you. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, no, I agree. 3.
Oh, 3 of y'all.
I have issues with the track.
Yep,
and it is in terms of quality. I don't think in terms of the writing, in terms of the rapping, the angle, it being a beef track, like all these things are 10 out of 10. But the thing that gets me is the fact that this fucking track isn't a track. I don't even know what version of the track I should listen to get the highest quality, and that pisses me the fuck off. Similar with Euphoria, it's still not hitting like it should hit, and maybe it's in like the recording of the song itself. It's not studio level quality, even though the song itself is on another level. So it lets me down for that, man. I don't even know why this track hasn't been like released as an official track.
I know it's a sample basically. They couldn't get clearance on the Al Green sample there. Hence,
Alright, it makes sense.
Yes,
makes sense.
Still not an excuse.
Yeah, it fucks everything up in terms of quality, man. And so I would say that's the only way I can kind of deduct points, and I think it's fair points to deduct. So I'm going to give it an 8 on that basis of a YouTube track can only be as good as it can be.
That's fair enough. Did you want to talk to any of the positive qualities?
No.
Okay.
No.
All right. See you later, guys.
We thank our kind sponsors at Rockless Road and Hammer Hose, and from all of us at MMR, we wish you a good night.
It's the end of the show.
Cut it short.
Timelessness, depth, and longevity. Unaffected relevance. Iconic dominance. Timelessness
is an undeniable 10 out of 10 when it comes to timelessness.
Okay.
Yeah, bro. You know how almost like the best things in life are almost not obvious? They're almost like in reflection. Sometimes you think something's great and then you give it some time and it's like overwhelmed by like the hype. This track, it has a level of profundity that is unique. It's the layers of the track. Kendrick being vulnerable, revealing more on a spiritual level. Kendrick being a father, that kind of angle. Again, just this level of like psychotic savantness of knowing all the ins and outs of everything. I feel like I could just go on and on and on forever. Like, I've said it too many times, but just saying the word Elohim alone, there's no reason to do that. It's like, why are you doing that, Kendrick? How many people are even going to get that? Even if you're a Christian, to know what the word Elohim means is like a stretch. Are you even talking to Drake? Because I'm sure Drake's not going to off the cuff know what Elohim means.
Definitely not.
I mean, like, and then you're just gonna say KTW. Why not? Like, and then drop like Know the Wires and be like, yeah, is that what it means? Well, I'm not gonna tell you. It might be what it means. I'm not gonna tell you.
Do I have your attention? As I was going to St. Ives, I met a man with 7 wives. Every wife had 7 sacks. Every sack has 7 cats. Every cat has 7 kittens. Kittens, cats, sacks, and wives. How many were going to St. Ives? Call me in 30 seconds or die.
The further we go through this battle, there's some basic concepts that Drake doesn't seem to compute. So yeah, KTW, the Elohim, definitely fucking not. No. Yeah. Even being half Jewish, no.
Drake is dumb, bro. I said this nigga he is so fucking stupid. I got 150 bands for nothing. I said exactly, nigga, because you fucking stupid. You didn't even know he was talking to, dummy. You fucking idiot.
Oh, well, I thought that we were... Huh? Yeah, well, that didn't really work out too well for it, did you, idiot?
Crazy, bro. It's crazy. Circadian rhythm?
I live in circadian rhythms of a shooting star.
That's the one. That's a line that I think will just live on forever.
What are you going to do?
Man, you tell me what I can do, man.
This gives me visuals of like the Little Prince. It's just galactic on a whole nother level. I think that's going to live with me forever. What was my score? I don't remember what my score was now.
It was a 10, man. You gave it a 10. You gave it a 10.
Makes sense. 10 out of 10.
Again! So timelessness for me, I'm struggling. If I focus on the things that I will remember, it would be a 10 and it would last that test of time. If I take it as a piece of music, you could imagine sticking it on in 20 years and having that same bop and just being like, it just take you back there. It has that classic feel, right? I mean, it's sure it's sampled, so it kind of has that element anyway. It should be played on a vinyl. You should hear a bit of crackle just before it comes on, and it will always be just as warm and just as amazing. A few episodes back we were talking about, was it fucking push-ups?
It's not one of those songs you're going to tell your kid about. Oh, you gotta listen to this. Gotta listen to this Drake track. I heard it 20 years ago when I when I was younger. It's not one of those.
It's not a family heirloom worthy.
It's not.
Come on, son. This was Drake. And when this came out, this is one of those tracks. Allegorical, you can kind of play it as an example of like certain types of music. Soul, rap, hip hop. Like if it was dug up in an excavation in however many years, it would actually teach those people something about the era it came from. In everything that I'm describing, it just sounds like a completely timeless song, but it's weird, and I don't really know why I'm having trouble scoring it so highly. I think that because of its like inaccessibility in terms of just being able to download it, play it, keep it, share it or whatever, its lifespan, people who know about it will cherish it forever. There's just an element of how long can it be fully timeless. Because of this one's nicheness, you have to kind of know about the beef, or maybe really invested in Kendrick and his discography to discover it. It's not going to be recommended on your Spotify or your Apple Music playlist. In that mechanical sense, its ability to be as timeless as could maybe should be is limited, right? It's throttled a bit. The song, the soul of it will be felt any era, even without the context of the Drake and Kendrick battle. You can just appreciate it for being just a really good fucking song. Yeah, you can literally just play it for someone, maybe someone who doesn't even listen to rap. Quality of the production makes it a good song. So yeah, man, timelessness for me, with much love and respect, an 8.
It's fair, mate.
Emotion, emotional depth, soul resonance, mind, body, spirit. Emotion.
Yeah, emotion for me is a 10. Okay, I'm just gonna put it out there. It's a 10.
Whoop de doo.
This track is emotion. This track is literally emotion. From the very start, the soul instrumental beat, again, immediately speaks to your soul. As soon as that drops, you're submerged in this warmth. It's like rising...
crescendo.
Thank you, man. His emotions rising. He's spreading his consciousness outwards. It's like he's going like this. I just can't sort of stop seeing like universal shit, galactic type stuff happening. Completely giving of himself, vulnerable, fully emotional on that level. And then he still keeps you in that pocket of, this is a diss track. All right, cool, I've done that. Now let me deal with you. Funny we're talking about the Matrix and him being fucking Neo. He's literally like red pilling. This is actually your world. This is actually your reality. Talking like to you and like almost through you. I'm talking to your soul, Drake. I'm talking to your world, everything that makes you you, everything that you think makes you you, pulling that facade down, the world that you've insulated yourself in, that's not going to protect you from it. You can't meme yourself out of it. They've caught onto it.
You know what? Take a picture of me. I'm about to respond with an Instagram caption. You can't take that.
I hate the way you talk to me and the way you read my mind. I hate you so much it makes me sick. It even makes me rhyme.
What should I say? Instagram story?
Drake believes that Kendrick Lamar doesn't have a response to Push-Up's Drop and Give Me 50 diss that he dropped. And then Drake put, use me as a they have nothing to drop button. And I guess he wanted people to like that.
A photo dump? A photo dump, that'll get him going for real.
July 13th, Drake posted a photo of him wearing a t-shirt that says, rap is joke.
Drake is really reducing hip-hop beef to high school social media petulance. DMX's stance on him has aged so well. We really need to give him his roses for that.
Face. DJ Head said the Canadian responded after over a decade of being dared to come outside. He's now taunting Ant in attempts to garner a reaction. If you enjoy microwave meals, that's on you. We prefer cooked food on this side.
You can't hide behind this Wi-Fi facade and this image that you built of yourself. You can't touch this like your way out of it. And again, you should be careful. What would Mike do? It's like an emotional Venn diagram. Every source of emotion, it gets you and then it stays with you. 616, emotion, it's 10 for me.
I hear you every step of the way, mate. Yeah, for me as well, mate. I think as well, 10, straight up. It just cuts through. The line that stands out for me is the put my son to bed, read him a prayer, close my eyes. Definition of peace. To me, it's almost like pure perfection of emotion. You feel it. Like there's no fluff. There's nothing extra. It's just real. And I love that, man. And then to follow up with this angle, like he cares about Drake. The words of warning, know your wires. These are the people that are working with you or working for you. Like they don't care about you. They're out to get you. Finishing up on what would Mike do? Kendrick almost looking out for Drake. The emotion is so complicated. The track is emotional because it shouldn't be. say. It almost should be like all out war, all out aggression. Yep. It's beautiful. Who am I if I don't go to war? There's elements that I don't understand on an emotional level with Kendrick. Like, I feel like I don't get him. Being from Compton, growing up in like gangland, essentially, it's not typical to wear your emotions on your sleeve. Kendrick kind of rides this line between being a father, being real, being a Christian, and being a rapper. And then there's like these dark elements of Kendrick. How gangster are you? What are you wrapped up in? And his emotional landscape. It's like, who is Kendrick emotionally? You wonder how much of him is the world he's in and how much of it is him.
Right. Do you think that there's anything the fans don't know about you?
As far as I put out there, I'm just the good kid in the mad city, but they don't know the negatives I had to go through yet.
Kendrick Lamar Duckworth was born on June 17, 1987, to Paula and Kenny. His parents moved to Compton from Chicago a few years before his birth to escape the Southside's gang culture.
You got motherfuckers out here that's struggling on welfare every motherfucking month trying to make ends meet. Section 8, that's how we grew up.
The Duckworths survived on welfare and food stamps.
Poverty is the great marginalizer. Gangs are still here. Underperforming schools are here. Guns are here. Drugs are here. Violence is here.
I grew up fast as fuck. I saw my first murder at age 5. After that, you just get numb to it.
It all stems from being a kid, and it's just the shit you exposed to. You know what I mean? I was exposed to it too. The circumstance that's around us turns us into the evils that the world puts upon the adolescents that's growing up in the city.
By the time high school came around, Lamar was running around with a bad crowd, and he had several run-ins with the police, and they pulled a gun on him on 2 separate occasions.
Police brutality, drugs, gang violence, of course. It's too much motherfucking pain. I don't want to do too much motherfucking pain losing people to even keep glorifying that shit.
RP to my nigga S Braze, my nigga Chad, and my big homie Pup. I do it for them.
There was a real war with my section and 2 neighborhoods down the block. Kendrick took his angst and frustration and applied it to his lyrical craft.
And I could have easily came out and said, I did this, I did that, just giving off fact where I'm from. That ain't me. I rather talk about my reality, the reasons and the problem and the solutions behind it.
He dives into the dangers of a generation that fell victim to the crack era. And he raps about the self-hatred and hopelessness that often inflicts citizens of inner cities.
Let me tell my story. Let me tell other stories that's out here that want to do something different, but can't because you're in an environment where you just got to adapt.
I mean, I got into my ignorant shit, everybody did, but at the end of the day, it's the next level I think we can go to and people can start seeing. I think I can do that. This is bigger than music for me.
I just keep coming back to that line, man, like definition of peace. To me, it's almost like I feel like I know Kendrick in that one line. And to me, that is just like, man, it makes me want to cry just thinking about that. Being a dad, putting your son to sleep, that is definition of peace, like, if you connect with it. So to me, man, I'd give it a 20 out of 10 if I could, but 10 out of 10.
Fantastic.
10 out of 10, bro.
Realm weight, cultural gravity, genre-based significance, orbital authority. Realm weight.
I feel like I'm reforming the block of cheese on this one, mate, but I think it's a 10 as well.
Okay.
Let me just check myself. No, yeah, what, like it is, man. And it has to be because it's the angle that's so good. It's the angle that makes this so dark. The idea that Kendrick knows stuff that Drake doesn't know about his own people, about his own world, is so much more brutal than all-out aggression. What Kendrick was saying in Euphoria, nothing about that. Like in terms of being a dad, this is just the perfect follow-up. You know nothing about being a dad, but you also know nothing about the people that are around you. You know nothing about my definition of peace. Like that shit fucking cuts deep, bro. It really is like the ninja in the night. Just takes out everything, man, and you didn't even see it coming. Something that's so much more terrifying about it being a diss track. I don't even know what to compare Kendrick to, man, but he's like this contagion that's got into Drake's life. Drake's already dead before he even knows it. Kendrick's all around him. Like,
you're already dead. Like, some Fist of the North Star shit, bro.
Your little fist couldn't hurt a fly.
Zito, you're already a dead man.
What?
The 100-crack fist of the North Star.
What do you mean? I just took one of your... Wait a minute. Mad.
That's exactly what it is. Drake is already dead and he doesn't even know it, man. No, it's beautiful. It's beautiful, man. I'm wearing black in respect for the death of Drake. I think I said 10. Has to be a 10. Yeah.
Realm weight, I'm going to score it a 9. I think that this defines realm weight in so many ways. In fact, has the most like ownership in terms of realm weight. It's kind of a holy grail sort of track. It's kind of like more mystical in its legend. And Euphoria was explosive, but it was also very deep and very well rounded. This one also is very grounded, more so I'd say than Euphoria. The only reason why it doesn't get a 10 for me is that Euphoria still has more power in all of the things that it foreshadowed and foretold. Up to this point, the weight of the track is based on the things that he's willing to expose about himself, the flaws in Drake's camp, even Drake's just general naivety, just not knowing what the world is and actually not knowing what his life is. Kendrick is a step ahead, not only strategically on paper, pen, and just his mind in general is just superior, but that he's so far ahead because he's just lived more life than Drake. He's just more worldly, he's just more knowledgeable, he hasn't been as sheltered as Drake, and he's just had to deal with just more real shit. The whole thing is he's starting from the bottom. One of the examples he gives is that he argues with his mum every month. Like, okay, that was your hardship?
I didn't keep it real from the jump. Living at my mama's house, we'd argue every month.
Once a month. That's not too bad.
In terms of having a song called Started from the Bottom, that's light work, bruv. Like, that's just if you're living with your mum. He's so far removed from like Eminem mum issues. Once a month, bruv.
Okay, no, good for you.
Doing alright, mate. Doing alright.
Yeah, that's not grit. That's not coming from the bottom. Contrast that with examples that Kendrick has given about his relationship with his mum, stuff that has affected his mum, which does come up within the battle as well in an interesting way. He just knows more. He's just more knowledgeable. He's just more savvy. He's more street smart. A domain over his emotions as deep and you could say more consequential and more serious. The fatherly warnings he was giving him. He's talking to real shit now that's actually happening. That's the strength of the 9 it's getting. Again, Euphoria still has more dominion over the entire realm. In a way, I can only compare Kendrick to Kendrick. Realm weight would be a 9 for me.
Afterglow. Life-altering linger. Vibrational endurance. Transformative ability. Afterglow.
Woo. Afterglow. I think again I'm going to go 9. I am teetering again on like 9 or 10. I'm sort of going towards your way of thinking, Mark, can I just give everything a 10 or should I
make an argument for removing points?
Yes, it does sort of get to that point with Kendrick. When I think of the track, I'm instantly taken back to when I first heard it. The warnings still feel just as dark and just as relevant, actually. A lot of what I said still applies to Drake. Kendrick's current status, picking the carcass apart of the industry, leaving its bare bones and kind of like exposing a lot. The main glow that I feel from this track, man, the music, the musicality, like the beat, the soul of it, the groove, it was like a watershed moment. Oh, this is a different chapter now. Like the tone of the book has changed. I now don't really know what the rest of this book is going to read like. Even now, like the hum of that still is quite haunting. How layered it is, how multi-pronged it is, nuanced yet very direct to Elohim, the KTW, these things that still just like an open mystery which still has not really been solved. And it's probably a joke when you said like, why even include this, Kendrick? Why just make it more confusing? And it's like, it just speaks to him. Like again, it's coming from him. I feel this. To me, it means something. So it's gonna go in here. If you can work it out, Drake, or if anyone can work it out, great. The stuff that you need to hear and that I want clearly communicated, you understand those things. This is for me. Similarly, the first part of the track, it's like it was all about his own catharsis, the whole getting off his chest. I'm going to express this outwardly. It's just masterful. So it's like it's always going to be great. The mechanical thing of it just not being there to just play when you want in any scenario, in any setting, it's a bit sad. Vibrational endurance, 100% that's there, but it completely altered the trajectory of where the battle was and where it could go. And I do think again it's like a time capsule song. There's an element of timelessness. It's kind of just like an instant classic, so it does stay with me. It certainly did change my outlook. I still have a warm appreciation for it. So yeah, Afterglow for me is a 9.
It's actually a 9 as well. I think that's the highest I've scored anything so far in terms of Afterglow, but without doubt this track out of any track so far, even more so than Euphoria, has stayed with me and I keep coming back to it. and every time I come back to it, it gets better. And it's strange because it's such a short track. It's quite surprising that it's having that kind of like long-lasting effect. I think it is the levels of mystery that are within it and the elements that Kendrick presents, morals, money and culture.
Yes, bro.
It's just one of those kind of like golden guiding lights for this track. The three angels that are always with me. Circadian rhythms of a shooting star. I feel like I'm going to be going over this track for years and years to come. And not only that, I love not knowing what the hell he means. And the fact that I might never know what he means. It's almost this like David Lynch kind of moment. I feel like I get it, but I have no idea what you're on about. I may never know, but I kind of love that.
Cooper, you remind me today of a small Mexican chihuahua. Can I speak to you a moment in private, Coop?
Of course, Gordon. Harry, can we use your office?
You might ask the sheriff if we could use his office.
Go right ahead. Follow me, Gordon.
I think the thing in this track that really gets me, before it was Drake versus Kendrick. With this track, it suddenly becomes about good versus evil. And that's the thing that really seems to just transcend to another level. Kendrick is talking from a spiritual perspective. He's talking about money, morals, and culture, definition of peace. But the angle he's really getting at is good versus evil. And that's what I really hear. And the reason why he mentions the Elohim and know your wires, because it feels like he's really chatting to Drake. You don't know that you were involved in some evil shit. You don't even know that. And I think that's why he's coming at this spiritual perspective. Who am I if I don't go to war? It's who am I if I don't go to war with evil? You know?
And that, wow. Yes. Wow.
It haunts me, you know? It really haunts me. And that's what really stays with me, like, and it's going to be echoing now for a long time. I'll leave it at that, man.
Oh, good versus evil. Definitely like a recurring theme, how you just laid it out. Drake not knowing how insidious the stuff that he's involved in is. The whole kind of like holy war, right? That's what we're talking about.
Big time.
It's like a holy war.
Race is not where the line is drawn. It's God's side and the other side. And we don't care nothing about the other side. Period. All of these big deviants is all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is. All lies will be exposed. That's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way, know why they take it the wrong way. The truth is the light.
The Euphoria episode, we said that it became a culture war. And it was kind of like two different ideologies, two different sides. What you're talking about there is even deeper. You know, the forces of darkness versus the forces of light, material and flesh, the spirit and the soul, right? Spot on, mate, spot on. I think as we go on as well, it will come up. It will come up again.
Enjoyment, personal satisfaction, replay value, overall assessment. Enjoyment.
I think this has to be a 10. It's hard to give a 10 on overall enjoyment, but it really is, man. Like, it's a banging tune, banging lyrics, but it's so much more than that. Like, this really just feels like it is almost the gloves have come off. I love the fact that Kendrick isn't just going up against Drake. He's going up against the evil that's within that industry. And it almost feels like this is like the first moment where this is like become a spiritual battle.
Whoever that's fucking with them, fuck you niggas and fuck the industry too. If you take it there, I'm taking it further. There's something you don't want to do.
He's doing that in music from this perspective where it's not obvious and you're not even too sure of all the things that he's getting at. And I love the fact that I don't understand the song fully. To me, that just ticks my favorite boxes. I'm still researching things in this track and I still can't find answers, and I love that because it's just like I'm just going to keep on thinking and keep on trying to piece together the pieces of the puzzle. I enjoy this as a track. It feels like it's not important just for music, it's important for what it means to be a human and what it means to be good. As a point in that story, what does it mean to go against evil? But not just Drake. Drake just represents the industry. I can't think of anyone, especially as big as Kendrick, that's called out the darkness. And so on that level as well, I'm just like, my goodness, fucking go Kendrick. That's just awesome, man. The fact that his song is so short and sweet, it almost comes and goes and you can almost like forget about it. But it's miraculous what it does. It's very simple, sweet complexity. Like even today, I think I listened to this track 3 or 4 times, and every time it finishes, I'm like, it was too short.
Yep, 100%.
Like I feel like it was bigger than it just was. Yeah, it's clever, man. It's an important song. It's not just a banging track. It's very important. It's a very, very important song. So yeah, man, 10 in it. Again!
It's great, man. It's great. So enjoyment for me is a 10.
Again!
It's just very, very enjoyable. You know, echoing a lot of what you just said.
Again!
It is a very important song. It's a very important piece of art. Musically, it's just a great track, isn't it? We know what Kendrick brings lyrically and thematically, storytelling, character assassination. But if you took the lyrics off just the instrumental, it's gold. And then you have part 1, part 2, I guess you could say, the first act and the second act. Each of them, again, you can almost take them as their own tracks and they'd hold up. They'd be just as strong, just as poignant. It does so much from Kendrick as a human, from Kendrick as the father, from Kendrick as the fucking harbinger of death, performing other fatherly roles for Drake, being the second dad to Drake.
Drake? Oh, you bad now, huh? Look, I'm sorry about your friend. Trey, you my son, you my problem. Oh, I see, you want to end up like little Chris in a wheelchair, huh?
Again, from the battle element of just that drop into that sort of unfeeling assassin in a way. He says what he says and you believe it, not because of how he says it, but because of how credible he is and how honest and raw he has always been, to the point where even if it's to his detriment in terms of how people might perceive him, he's going to do it because he needs to do it and he feels like it's the thing to do, not hiding away from it in that sense. It's just fantastic. It's just a masterpiece. And again, I think that he's talking from the soul in all respects. 16 in LA. Kendrick Lamar is a 10.
Oh, we made it.
Somehow. We think we made it. Jesus Christ. Guys, you have no idea the pain and the strife that we've gone through in these last few hours. Don't know if Drake's got Zach Beer doing stuff, fucking us up.
I know, right, infiltrating.
Yeah. We've got 35 subs now, and so they're like, nah, let's cut them. Let's cut them at the legs.
All right, we'll call it a draw.
We should be at some kind of final score.
Matt and Mark's Remarkaboard. Kendrick Lamar, 616 in LA. Final score.
So, Mark, what do you believe that you scored as a total out of 100?
It must be up in the 90s, mate. Minimum.
You scored it, my friend. 91.
Well deserved.
Yeah, top
has to be.
Top tier has to be. So, my score for 616 in LA by Kendrick Lamar was 90.
Mate.
Which is a shock.
Why?
It's a shock,
Why
guys.
did you not enjoy it as much as me?
I don't know, man. I don't
What's
know.
That about?
I'd
explain yourself.
I tried. I tried to love it, and maybe I'm evil. Maybe I'm on Drake's side. I don't know.
Gosh, now that you said that, mate,
I think.
What are we all to think?
I think we should just stop this show, like forever.
Just end it.
Yeah. Morally, I'm not in the right place morally.
You're a terrible man.
90 and 91. So average score. Luckily, don't need much help for this, but I still did. 90.5. 90.5. 616 in LA by Kendrick Lamar scores a 90.5 on the Matt and Mark Remarkable. That's our Remarkable score. But we have to shout out a few early subscribers. We think they're subscribers. They gave us some food for thought.
Think about it.
Seafraz One Love says, the Teddy Pendergrass sample is multi-layered. The song title, My Latest Greatest Inspiration, implies that Drake and Cole themselves are Kendrick's inspiration. It's a soul music sample, highlighting Kendrick's connection to Black American culture and music lineage. Lastly, it foreshadows Kendrick going back to back, as Teddy has an album with Al Green, who was sampled in the following song, this song, 616 in LA, called Back to Back Hits. see Fraz, one love, much appreciated for that. What I thought was interesting with this is the implication of Drake and Cole actually being Kendrick's inspiration, which I never would have got from it or taken from it at all. And again, it makes sense, but they all were once peers. It all comes back down to being pushed, wanting to be better, wanting to be the best. And Kendrick has said again and again, there's no point in entering the fray if you're not trying to be the best. Soul music sample for sure. Kendrick sewn into Black American culture and like deep into black music as well. Soul, jazz, a soulful old soul, if you will. And then yeah, it foreshadowing back to back. Also, a quick shout out to Ernie Zamora, who and said that you were commenting in hope that we get more views. So that's like, we appreciate that, man. Finally, one of our earliest commenters, maybe subscribers, I think so, we don't know, we're not sure. After what you put us through, mate.
If you want some, I'll give it you. You want to do it, mate?
Purple Haze 373. We can't find the original comment that you left, the Joel Haley Osment section, which in episode 6, everything they say about Euphoria is true. I posited that I'd always thought that it was just a genuine like fuck up, like he just messed up, and I'd never really heard a good enough explanation to sort of convince me otherwise. Purple Haze 373, however, said, and he said that it actually annoyed him having to debate this with people. Kendrick, in sort of selling the idea of him sort of being like confused, am I battling ghosts or AI? I'm frazzled, like what the fuck is going on? He intentionally messed up Joel Haley Osment's name with Joel Osteen. Joel Haley Osteen, Joel Osteen, whatever his name is. It's happening to me.
What you've just heard is Matt of Matt and Mark Remarks committing a careless and ironic misstep. While critiquing the theory behind Kendrick Lamar's highly contested line referencing Haley Joel Osment and Joel Osteen, Matt misstates the former's name as Joel Haley Osment. The irony is immediately apparent to the viewer. Matt remains unaware. This error is explainable. It is also completely avoidable. What happens next is shocking. The footage has since been peer-reviewed by forensic hip-hop analysts, avid motion picture enthusiasts, and fully qualified Kendrick Lamar scholars. It has never, however, been reviewed by Matt until now, clearly.
To again sort of give across the confused, confuzzled like state that he was in. And again, yeah, that makes perfect sense to me. Very credible. Yes, I've kind of changed my view on that. It would have been fine if he did mess up, because no one is perfect. But it's even cooler now because it's like, oh well, so it's even more amazing. And just Kendrick and his mind in general.
Kendrick literally reading The Matrix, it makes sense that he wouldn't make a mistake on like anything. It's almost absurd.
Are you having a laugh? Are you that thick? And I blame half of the fucking parents on TikTok.
So once again, from myself and Mark, really appreciate the love, guys. Keep watching. We're going to have more really special things coming up. I mean, for the full saga. Mark, what do you think of the Remarkables? You know, Matt and Mark Remarks. I feel like the squad, the crew, you know, gang. So I think they are the Remarkables. I don't know. It's very early. We don't even have triple digit subs. If you feel like you want to indulge me, if you want to make me happy inside, if you want to call yourselves Remarkables, you can do that. No pressure.
No pressure. No pressure.
Pressure. Good remarking,
brother. Good remarking, my friend.
Put it there.
Good remarking indeed. Go to the next one, eh?
Peace.
Giving his worship.